So there's this push on the Olympics.
Oh yeah,
and I see various discussions, and I've been on a panel too about it, and and it's great. I'm 100% for it, just because of the opportunities that'll arise.
Okay. Yeah.
My only concern is if it goes down that route, will it become more for the kids that have rather than the kids that don't have? Because
I see.
Because of its popularity, trust me that more studios are going to want to get involved, and so to me, it's still part of that, we love hip hop, but like, we don't want it for all its baggage. We don't want it for all of its, we want it because it gets views. It's impressive, but I don't need to hear all the other stuff, so it's, in some ways it's cutting its strings, and so that's it.
I think that's a good argument for maybe against Olympics, but I think there's an argument to be made that breaking really should be going in that path, but the community should have we should have the hold on it, where we can say what we're doing with it and how it's going to be portrayed, because that's the one thing I'm really weary about with Olympics, is that if you're going to get a whole bunch of new people incoming, I think that's great, but also if they're seeing hip hop, and then they come in and they see freaking grimy ass hip hop, and they're going to be like, oh wait, this isn't what I was expecting. Right. But it's like, that is what you should have been expecting. Yeah. And unfortunately it wasn't portrayed that way.
Absolutely. And I think you nailed it in the point, like, who's got a hold of it, and do we have a hold of it, and so it's, there's a lot of layers to this, and as a community, we really have to put emotions aside, and understand. And I spoke to Ken Swift. He was on this panel with me, and he kind of said it the best. He was like, "Well, who needs who? We already have championships." And I was like, "Yeah, we do." So in theory, who needs who? Like, why?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
exactly. I was like, yeah, that's right. We already have championships. Why do we need this extra medal?
I guess the benefit really is to just expand it, but we have championships. We have a big community, a big rich community, rich in terms of like culture. And so really the only benefit really is to just kind of expand that to places where it might not have reached yet. And so, which I think is important to do, but we also got to do that.
Yeah. And I get it, because at the root of it, I think it comes to opportunity, which translates into financials, like, and being that we are in a capitalist society where cash rules everything around me, then of course it makes sense. Like, and for a lot of us, we do struggle, unfortunately. Like, it's the payoff aren't necessarily, we get paid off in we get celebrated, we get, but for a lot of us are like, well, we're getting to the point where like, we really need to see some financial like stability here. And so I understand that push, but let's, we've got to be very careful.
No, it is. I do think that it would be amazing to see, some world champion B-Boys that are like, legit stars, with, making their fortune from just doing this. But I also don't want to see, the culture take a hit. Where if you want that to happen, you gotta be like a sellout a little bit.
Right.
Which I would think is very unfortunate. And I think that's how most people in the community probably feel. And so I think we're in good hands in that sense. But I guess just being, aware of where this possibly could go, and just
yeah. You know.